A question I get all the time is, what is the best option for me to create my own Minecraft server? Well, I'm happy to say that the sponsor of today's episode is Apex Hosting. They are the best Minecraft server hosting option for every version of Minecraft, and yes, that includes Bedrock. Apex Hosting makes it easy to create 24/7 Minecraft servers with a really easy to use control panel. They even include over 200 one-click install mod packs and pre-made minigames produced by Apex Hosting. So if you are looking to start your own server, please head on over to the link in the description. Please use that link so that they know that OMG Craft sent you their way. It'll help out the channel an awful lot, and you can start making your own Minecraft servers in as little as 5 minutes. The other day, I made something that was cute and adorable for myself on my own realm, and I thought, you know what? I bet you guys will find it cute and adorable as well. Here is how, using commands, you can make end portals and nether portals for you and your friends. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and this is actually my realm. This is where I record most of my videos moving forward. Anything that is in the current version of Minecraft, I find that it's much easier for me to host on my realm. And this right here is all at 0, and I have this cool function set up. So, whoops, I don't know what I'm doing. Function, I need a function. All this function does is allow me to teleport directly here. It just runs that quick command, but that means I don't have to type out TP at OMGChad 0 and then remember what level this is at 0. And then all of these are the episodes that I've recorded so far on my realm. So my Christmas decorations, all about ice. I have strip mining and villager videos coming out. But so like this Suspicious Stew video right here, this is all of the stuff that we did for Suspicious Stew. Once I'm done with it, I can teleport right back. Something I made for myself that I thought was really fun was a teeny tiny nether portal and a teeny tiny end portal. And this will allow me to go in between the various worlds so that I could record something in the end or record something in the nether and easily pop in from one to the next. I thought it was a fun little thing, and I realized those are darn adorable, and I bet other people would love to know how I made them because they are not a standard build that you can just plop down and they work. You got to use a little bit of command magic in order to make it happen. So first, and by the way, this nether portal cannot be made normally. So in Minecraft, you have to have a minimum of a 2x3. So if you make a portal that large, just the 1x2, you grab some flint and steel and you light it, it won't do anything until you have the default size of this. And so I'm just gonna recreate this right here, and you don't need these right here. So this is the smallest size you can actually make it, and you just, that's just a normal portal. So I don't know how easy it is to tell, but this is an adorable tiny teeny tiny portal. Really cool stuff. So how are you going to make this yourself? You do need access to the commands, but this is not anything special. This can be done completely vanilla. If you're running your own world, if you're running a single player world and you don't have access to commands, I have a quick tip for you. So I'm going to create a new world, and I'm going to leave my game mode on survival. This means that allow cheats is turned off. That means that I cannot use commands in this new world that I'm creating. This is a Java edition only tip, because once I'm in here, if I do, I'm going to be using the fill command. So if I do /fill, and then I can't do it because I don't have access to any type of command. I can't do game mode. Nothing will even autocomplete. So if I start to, do game mode, now you can see how badly I type. It won't do anything. I just can't type anything. The way to get around this, if you're on Java Edition and you don't have commands enabled, hit escape, see this open to LAN button, click it, turn allow cheats on, and start a LAN world. You have to click start a LAN world in order to do this. This does make this world available on your public network, but it also will give you access to commands. So if you want to use the fill command, you can. Everything auto completes now because you have access to commands. And then when you're done with that, you can just save and quit, and that'll close out the LAN world, and it won't be open the next time that you start the world. You have to started again. So you're all good. No one random is going to join your world. And that's only your local network. So that's someone like in your own house, or if maybe you're at a college, some people on the same like college network, maybe, but that's not open to the general public. That's only your own home before you get to the World Wide Web. That's only your local network. So how are we ourselves going to be building these itty bitty portals? Well, I'm going to be using the fill command, and the fill command is almost a little bit too overpowered for what we're going to be doing, because you could just go into creative, use, the game mode command, grab an end portal, and then place them down however you want. But I'm going to show you how to use the fill command to do it, because not only can this be used to make tiny versions of portals, but it could be used to make gigantic versions of portals, because the end portal frame specifically can only be a 3x3. It can't be anything else. And you could actually make this yourself in creative if you put down 3. Oh my gosh, if I could actually click 3, turn, put down 3, turn, and like this. If you happen to do it without turning, so if you made this same situation like this, it would not work, because these portals actually have a facing direction. And if they're not all facing into the center, whenever you get your Eye of Ender, and you place those inside of there, it will not create the portal. But if you did it correctly with them all facing into the center, boom, you get an actual portal. So I'm going to be using the fill command on how to teach you to do this, because you can make this way larger than 3x3 if you wanted. I'm going to show you on the smaller version, but you can do whichever one you want. So the way to start off is to sort of build it in a temporary block. So these blocks are all going to be replaced with the commands that we're going to be running here. Also, I want to mention that how the fill command works is that you use one block as a start position and another block as the end position, and it will fill diagonally in any capacity that it can. So if that's your starting block and this is your starting block, it'll fill in all of this, continuing to, do all that. But also, if you went up one extra block, it will fill in everything else. And remember, this is a square. I'm just doing it quickly just to demonstrate it. So your fill will always be diagonally, even in 3D space. We right now are going to be using it just for a single block. So we're going to use the fill, and then we can auto tab complete our coordinates if our cursor happens to be on the block that we want to start our fill on. And if you have the hitbox around that block, so you make sure your cursor is on it and your hitbox is showing. If you're looking away and you don't see the hitbox, then you're not going to auto complete. So look at that. Type the fill command. You can hit tab a whole bunch of times to auto complete these coordinates. If you're on Bedrock Edition, sorry, you're going to have to auto fill. You're going to have to actually type this out. And then we are going to use the end portal frame, not the end portal, but the end portal frame. If we hit enter, this will be placed down, and if I place an eye into it, you can see that it is facing the wrong direction. So we don't want to do that. What we want to do is add one of these hard brackets at the end. You can see facing, and I happen to know that this way, if I hit F3, that's west, and the portal will be facing towards the player whenever you put it down. And so if I was to set it down right here in creative, it would be facing east. So I actually want this to face east, the opposite direction of the way that I am looking. So we're going to go back into here. We're going to do the facing tag, and we're going to face it to the east, and then close that bracket, hit enter, and there you go. Now it is facing in the right direction. And then we're going to just do that all the way around. I don't know why I broke that block, and we're just going to continue using the fill command. By the way, a fun tip is if you do have a lot to fill, if you just hit enter right now, that command is no good, but it'll allow you to walk over to the next location and look at the next block. And then in the chat, if you click up, you'll get what you typed last. And then you can fill the next one in. And then let's just change this to, I don't know, gold glowstone. There we go. And hit enter, and you can see that it fills all that in. So it's an easy way to fill the whole area. We don't want to do that. So we're going to switch. We're going to hit up again to get that pass command. Delete that and change it to air, and now it's all deleted. So we're just going to keep filling this out until we have all of the blocks. Okay, there we go. So we have all of our blocks done. Now in the center, we're going to use the same fill command. And this time we are going to use the end portal as not the frame, but the actual portal as the block that we want to fill. And then bam, now you have the actual working end portal. If you want to make it look even better, throw the eyes of Ender in there. And then there you go. You have your itty bitty portal. And using the same techniques, you could have a gigantic portal as well if you made the fill size even larger. So we can actually use this, whoop, and now we're in the end. And then we can teleport back to wherever we had our spawn set last, which will be the bed that is right here at the beginning. So that's how we did it for the end portal, but how about the nether portal? Well, the nether portal is a little bit simpler, in fact, because first off, you don't even need this obsidian stuff around the edge, but we're just doing it because, you know, it'll make it look like an actual portal if you want. And so here we have 2 blocks to fill in. The obsidian you can just get naturally, but if you don't have the obsidian, then you can also use the fill command to do that. So first we're going to do fill, and we're going to type out our first coordinates. We're going to hit enter. It's not going to complete correctly, and we're going to look at the bottom block. We're going to type up to get that command back, and then we're going to fill in the rest of the blocks. And as you can see right here, that's your Y coordinate 102 and 101. Everything else, all the other numbers are the same. This time we are going to do the nether portal right here, and we're going to hit enter, but you can see that there is a glitch here, and that is that by default, this is going to face north and south, and we need it to face west and east. So we can bring that command back up. We can use the bracket again, and we can do the axis, and this time it'll only give us an X and a Z axis. And so if you look at your F3, it will say I'm facing west towards -X. That means that I need it to be on the X axis. So if I do axis X, hit enter. Whoops, maybe I need it to be, oh, I guess it's not. I'm facing that way, it's facing that way. So it needs to be on the Z axis. There you go. With a little bit of trial and error, it's only one of the two options. So there you go. So now our portal is facing in the correct direction. And what's really neat about this is you don't really need anything. I mean, if you just wanted to make a portal that was like this big, which is also a, like this couldn't be done in normal Minecraft without the use of the obsidian around it, you can do that as well. So nether portal, and we remember that this needs to be on the axis of Z. There we go. Bam. We don't even need the obsidian, and we can walk through this just like we would. I happen to be in creative, so it immediately put me through to the other side. Where did this even put me? That is there a portal right here? Oh, okay. That's nice. Let's just fill this in so that never happens again. And then we can go back to the other side of the portal, and I'm going to use my function just to teleport me right back to where we were. And my final fun little tip is if you really want to confuse people, you could do the same sort of situation here. And this time, if we fill all of this, and we want that to be, there we go. Now we can have a little one high portal, which I think is super adorable. And you can take your trapdoor, slap it on to the top here, and then crawl through to the nether. I'm going to switch my game mode into survival. And so you can see that this actually works. If I jump through here and I'm hanging out inside the portal, there we go. I ended up crawling on the other side as well. But I think that is amazing that it actually works as a real portal, even though it's only one tall. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMG Craft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a big ol' thumbs up. Also, make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. And I'll see you next time. Bye.